Hi everybody, today is Wednesday, February 12th, and it is my 4th week of chemo, but my second treatment. So I just thought to give you guys a little update, a life update, because I haven't updated in a while on here. Right now I'm very tired, but it's okay. We'll get through this video. It may be a little choppy because I have to stop. I'll just restart it. I've been getting really short of breath, so you know, it's part of the game. So I was really coming in to talk to you guys about my chemo. I got my second chemo treatment this week, and a lot of people have been asking about my chemo. How is it doing? I've lost my hair. I am officially bald. With the chemo I'm on 2 chemo drugs right now. One of them is called which is known as the Red Devil. And it usually takes your hair out within 7 days. So I was able to go 3 weeks before I officially went bald. So I think I did kind of good on it. But anyway, so I was talking to you guys about my chemo. Chemo is going okay. When you start chemo, you get a chemo book. In this book is a calendar of my chemo treatments. I have 5 months of chemotherapy. The first section of my chemotherapy though is bi-weekly, so I go every other Monday. And so I've only had, this is my second chemotherapy treatment technically. Today's Wednesday, so I go to chemo this Monday, so it'll be my 3rd. And I only have to get 4 of these more potent chemos. So I'm kind of at my halfway point. So yay for me in that, because I'm very excited, because that's how I'm like, little milestones make me very happy these days. But anyway, back to my book. I was telling you guys about, it gives me a calendar in here, and on my calendar it tells me my 2 types of chemo drugs and what I'm on, and the side effects for them. If certain things happen, what to do, who to call. My brain function is like my biggest issue right now. I feel like I cannot hold a thought. My memory is shot. I feel like I talk stupid. It's just not, I'm not functioning mentally well. It's like I have the words and the thoughts, but I can't say them fast enough, which is fine. It means the chemo's working, you know, like the doctor told me, if you don't feel good, the chemo's working. So that's a good thing. My tumor itself has actually, it's literally on the outside of my breast. So when I first was diagnosed, I realized I had the tumor. The tumor is very hard, like a rock almost, in my breast. And it's actually soft and squishy now. So that's like amazing to me, like that the chemo is even working that fast. When I go on Monday, I get, actually when you get diagnosed, they put like little markers on your tumors. So we'll actually get the marker like tested this week to see if it's shrunk. So I'll keep you guys updated on that. The 2 types of chemo I'm on, as I was saying, no, I'm sorry, is the adriamycin and the taxotere, I believe. Let me look, because, you know, I might be getting stuff wrong. There's so many papers, you guys. Crazy life I'm living right now. Okay, so Cytoxin. The Cytoxin is when I'm on the machine. It's just a machine. I'm on it for about 2 hours, and it just pumps the report. The adriamycin is actually injected into me slowly over 20 minutes, 4 syringes, and it's red, so it looks like really gross. This week when I was at chemo, I kind of felt the effects like while I was there. And that was the first time I didn't feel good at chemo. So that was a little weird for me. I wasn't used to that. Being there and like getting pumped, I kind of felt it. And I felt yucky after chemo. And this was a chemo session that my son went to me with. And when he went, I kind of had to be tough for him, but I felt like really crappy. So when we were there after we left and I took my son out, and he was like, we went to this like arcade place and he played games. And during the time that I was there with him, I was like, okay, I need to go home. Like, and that was the first time that had happened to me where I was like really kicking my butt the first day. Usually the first 2 days I don't eat anything. I like cream of wheat and oatmeal are like the only things I can eat the first 2 days. After that, it gets a little better. I'm on also steroids, so I get really, really hungry. So after the first 2 days, I feel yucky. I start to pick up like 3 or 4 day, like day 3 or 4, but I start to get constipation and then the diarrhea. In that order, every week, it's been the same thing. And then this is my good week where I like really don't have many symptoms, and I'm like, okay, but my blood count shoots down. When your blood count shoots down, you're really susceptible to infections and diseases and things like that. So like a common cold could really, it could kill me right now. So my blood count is really, really, really low right now, which is another reason I have to kind of like stay in the house. Hand washing is really important. Sanitizing is really important. My son, when he comes home, he has to like change all of his clothes because kids carry germs. He's going to school every day. He has to like shower, change into like house clothes, and then he can like come and see me and be around me and things like that. So he's so used to it now. It's really adjusted really well to it that this week it was like a breeze with him. He was just like, okay, like he was just like on it, which is really cool. I'm exhausted. Like chemo tires you out. Getting energy to make a video, I'm like exhausted. Short of breath, I'm like talking, and it's like, tiresome. It's the hardest thing to explain. This week at chemo, I was my dad went and I was talking to him, and I was like, it's kind of like getting embalmed alive, because it's like poison going into you that's like preserving you. But yeah, a weird analogy that I came up with, but that's what it felt like. This week it was not fun. I still don't feel good. And this is my good week, so it's like I feel yucky today. But you know, I gotta keep it going and pushing. I try my best on these days to still like, I get up every day and I move around, because that's the most important thing. Drink a lot of water. I like I'll show you guys. I drink 3 of these a day. Try to. 2 on my bad days when I don't really want anything. But I drink 3 a day, and it really makes a difference. And for me, it does. I'm replenished. It helps me. Rest when your body tells you to rest. Like, don't overdo it. Now, even talking to you guys, I'm like exhausted. But, you know, it's part of the process. Nobody said this was easy. Something else I wanted to mention to you guys. Just fatigue really this week has been bad. I got a little nauseous. I was nauseous this week, but it wasn't so bad that it was like, I never threw up. That was nauseous. The medication that they give me for the nausea makes me dizzy. I do not like to feel dizzy because there's enough going on in my head right now. So I've just been like taking my migraine medication and fighting through it with like natural stuff that I could do. Oranges are my best friend. I don't know why. Like I told you guys the last week, pineapples burned, so I thought it was like a citrusy thing, but oranges are my best friend. I eat them and then I'm like cool, and I don't have that sensation of vomit or anything. The blood count dropping is like hard because I feel a little better this week, but it's like you're more susceptible to infections, so you got to stay in the house. And they give you a Neulasta shot to bring your blood cell count back up, because what chemo doesn't know the difference in cells. Chemo kills all your cells, good, bad, doesn't know the difference. So the day after your chemo, you get a shot that's called Neulasta that boosts your red blood cell count back. It boosts that count back up. But that shot is so painful. Like, I literally got the shot on a Tuesday, and by that afternoon, Tuesday morning, and by the afternoon, every bone in my body felt like it cracked and like broke. So it's a weird sensation. It's painful. They give you Claritin nowadays to like take that sensation away. It does help. I found it to be effective this week, but your bones ache, and it's like sleeping kind of painful, like laying on your body. It's just yucky. I'm somewhere in between being fertile and menopause. So I got a period this week. Sorry to be so gross. And I had hot flashes. So if you could imagine, like, going through puberty and menopause at the same time. That's kind of like what I'm going through. And it's so hard, because I told my oncologist this week, I was like, you gotta pick one. And like, I'm gonna be like getting periods or going through menopause. I'm not doing both. So she assured me that my periods would be like stopping soon, but it's like heavy. So I don't know, you know, that's hard. The hot flashes are weird because it's like I'm hot, but my blood cells down, so I can't like go outside in a tank top, even though I want to, because I'll get sick. So it's like those little weird things you don't think of. I wanted to go get my nails done. Like I've never not been able to get my nails done, but you know, I could get cut, I can get an infection, I can't go in a nail shop. So like those little things like are like, they mean like nothing to you, but they mean everything to you when you can't do them. It kind of takes away certain freedoms you've had. So I'm learning to like cope with that part too. I shot 2 videos this week with my brothers. They were involved with me. It's kind of emotional because I'm not a hair girl. Like I haven't worn my real hair in 12 years. So I was like I didn't care about it. I wore wigs anyway. But cutting, like losing my hair and having to cut it, I had a shortcut first. That was very emotional. And then it just started falling out. So I was like, let me just go bald. And kind of like just feel free now. Like I'm just like not gonna be a prisoner of my cancer. I'm just like, whatever. I didn't even put a wig on that. I thought I was gonna run straight to my wigs, but I didn't. So I was like, it's making me more comfortable with myself. And that's something that I haven't been in my life. So I appreciate cancer for those like little things, like making me open up and making me be aware of that kind of stuff. But at the same time, it's still hard because you feel kind of stripped of yourself too. But I don't know. I probably found my wig tomorrow. I was like giving myself a week of being bald, but I like not having to like do anything in the morning, like just going. My brothers were really sweet. They were involved with me. This was really amazing. We shot an amazing video for it, and I really appreciate them for that. I'm exhausted talking to you guys. Like that's how serious chemo is. I don't even know how to explain myself, but it's like tiresome. Only way I can describe it is like any ounce of energy is just like drops out of your body. You have nothing. You just want to lay down all day, but you got to fight through it. And I tried to, my best. I tried to. What else did I want to talk to you guys about? My hair falling out. What chemo drugs I'm on. Oh, so after so I have 2 more, just on Monday, weeks 3. So I'm kind of like 1 more really. And then after that, I'll go every week. But this next chemo that I'm going to start is really, really light. It's like nothing compared to what I'm dealing with now. And so if I'm functional now in this one, then like just imagine how cool I'll be on the next one. I got to be on it, unfortunately, for 3 months. And I'll go once a week, but it's like a lighter chemo. And I'll feel a little better than I do now. And I'll get to stop my Neulasta shots on that one because it's not as harsh. So that's good too. So maybe my body will feel a little better. I also wanted to talk to you guys because people will tell you like, well, you know, you should eat good or eat great. Like, you don't know what I eat, like what I eat in life. I ate very well before cancer, and I still do. Unfortunately, I can't like go completely green. A lot of natural stuff that I was taking, I can't take right now because it interacts with chemo. Like the doctors literally make me bring in everything I was taking, and they say yes or no to things because it'll interact with your chemo negatively or positively. So be careful of things you say to cancer patients, because you never know like what they actually do or what they're going through. That's what I like to tell people. You never know what somebody's going through, and you never want to judge a situation, you know. My family's so supportive of me in this process. I'm never alone. I'm okay, just a little worn down, but it'll be okay, you know. You're not always gonna be cheerful in this. You're not always gonna be lollipops and rainbows. I want to make it that. It's not that. I'm being as tough as I can be, but it's hard. It is. I have my moments with it, but I fight through it.